let's go.
Oh boy, we're back. It took us a while.
Yeah,
Guys,
I got a
guys,
thing of
I
orange
can't
juice
feel my
next to me.
arms.
Don't worry, I got you.
Well,
You
he can.
feel them now? You should be able to at least pick up this bottle of orange juice.
I mean, like, okay, I still can't really feel it. Like, I can feel my blood flowing through my arm. It feels like I'm standing on pins and needles here. It's a little numb still, but hopefully it comes back.
Yeah,
At least you're feeling something.
yeah.
Thanks, man.
That was one hell of a fight. So yeah, like pops, you did quite decent. You were kind of decent against the
Decent, dude. He was carrying our asses.
guy. Dude, I was carrying your ass.
And I
No,
was
I don't
carrying
mean-
your ass.
No, I don't mean like literally carrying us. You know what I mean?
You're just an alcoholic radar. Pops and I actually did shit.
Yeah, I shot the guy. Look, I shot Vulcan in the face, dude.
Yeah.
I did like half the work for you just with that.
Yeah, I saw that. It might as well have been tis but a scratch. It didn't do shit.
Yeah, but it was taking.
It was a god, man.
Yeah, but he was taking out robots and shit. So yeah, give him some fucking. Like, cut him some slack, man. I mean, that fight was hard for all of us. Like, we went up against Vulcan. We figured out where the hell that dumbass was. And, hell, I don't really want to be the one to mention it, but, like, we also had other heroes that we needed to worry about there, too, as well, alright? We had Shadow Weaver. We had we had the Living Magma. And don't even get me started on... God, I forgot that woman's name. She could shapeshift.
Butterball.
Interest.
Butterball.
But no,
Yeah,
not
Butterball was with us too, but she stayed with the detective.
yeah, but I'm talking about like the shapeshifting girl,
Yeah, spin stress, dude.
Spinstress.
Oh yeah, that's her name. Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to say something else.
Yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying, like, God, what was I trying to say? But yeah, we're back. We just got back from fighting Vulcan. That motherfucker will not be causing any more destruction to the
We said
world.
the Citadel.
And the best part is y'all didn't believe me. It was a god at first.
Yeah, we didn't believe you
I
because there
told you
wasn't.
so.
Okay,
I told you so.
okay,
Whatever.
I told you so's only really work if you had substantial evidence to prove it. You didn't have substantial evidence.
Yeah, how the
You
fuck
only
was
had
I
your
supposed
word.
to prove that that was a god's work.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, speaking of proof that it was a god's work, I think we should at least try and catch everybody up on exactly what happened. So, to really start off this whole little segment, basically we figured out the dude's location. We went there and we met up with a few of the other heroes that were also on to this motherfucker. And of course, what ended up happening was we had to then work with not just these other heroes, but we also needed a legitimate strategy, which is where the detective came in. And I'm not gonna.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna.
Surprisingly.
Yes, and I'm not gonna steal his thunder, detective. Would you mind telling us exactly the plan you came up with for us to infiltrate Vulcan's lair?
Involved mainly Shadow Weaver. Actually, he was doing the majority of the heavy lifting there.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I keep forgetting. I was under the impression that Shadow Weaver was gender fluid. Is that right?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shapeshifter, so sort of.
No,
I mean,
well-
I can shapeshift as well, but I still consider myself a guy.
Well, basically, from what I remember, Shadow Weaver's a trans man, so he goes by he/him pronouns.
Oh, right. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
All right. So it was majorly him like doing the majority of the heavy lifting though. But like I was like talking to him through an earpiece. After I I took out one of Vulcan's little robot guys, and I plugged his computer brain into my phone, and somehow I was able to get like a full holographic display of the building. So I just guided Shadow Weaver through and just like told him to like just turn off a bunch of stuff so we could be able to get through. The robots though, they weren't really the hardest problem, like at least on their own. We kind of fucked up at one point, and we slipped into the cafeteria, where they were all on lunch break drinking motor oil.
Yeah, I never really understood that. Why would you give robots that why would you put AI in robots that only really do one thing? Like I've said this before and I'll say it again. Stop using robots if you're only going to have them do one fucking thing. Like I've complained about this so much.
Yeah, these robots,
have you seen the battle droids?
Ugh, God.
The battle droids are funny.
These
robots were actually annoying, not gonna lie.
Like,
I thought they were funny.
They weren't annoying. They were like, because each robot did one or two things here. Because, like, the robots we fought that mimicked each of that, like, literally cloaked in fake, like, they were superheroes, actually copied their fucking powers. So when we went to this dude's lair, I was excited. I'm like, oh my god, what kind of robots is he gonna have in there? Is he gonna have a big ass, like, is he gonna have, like, some shape-shifting robots, some shadow-weaving robots, some telekinetic robots? And yeah, he had some of them. But they only did one fucking thing. The shape-shifting robots turn into big guns. God. Then they hop, like...
Oh my god.
This is clearly a very stressful issue.
Yeah. You want to know how? Oh my god. Yeah, Vulcan had the audacity to make an android version of me. For damn sake, and I had to fight that.
Oh god.
Oh, it was. It reminded me of when it was just me and Michael killing gods back in the day. Yeah, Pops, your grandpa was actually really good.
Oh no, I know my grandpa was good. Man, dude literally scarred me when I was a child by explaining to me how he popped the neck of a demigod off by literally freezing his throat and then snapping it to where he was able to literally pop his fucking neck off. I was 12.
Yeah, don't worry, Pops. I'll train you to be like your grandpa. I'll train you later.
Dude, I don't want to be like my fucking grandfather. I already have to control my powers.
Well, your grandfather had an enhancement necklace that really amped up his powers.
That doesn't mean he has to train for him.
Exactly.
Well, it's enhanced. You
Yeah.
don't know how enhanced it can be. So yes, I'm going to train you later.
You don't just decide to do that without my permission?
Cry about it. Alright, so anyways, yeah. Up until that point, I hadn't killed a god in over 20 years. So, me killing a god, yeah, it was a little rusty, but I knew what I was doing. And again, Pops, you did quite good. Despite getting dogged on by Vulcan.
Oh god, don't get me started.
Yeah.
Firepower.
The fire guy did pretty good too.
He was mostly fighting the robots though. Like I feel like the only person who actually got close enough to get into a fight with Vulcan was me, but like weren't you fighting like that robot wasn't that thing like actually doing some serious damage to you, dude? I saw you getting knocked around a lot. Like actually get into that fucking fight for a second. I want to know exactly how you managed to beat that thing.
It was like watching two Omni-Men fight.
Oh,
except slightly more tolerable.
Fighting that robot was like fighting a younger me.
Jesus Christ!
Like, give us some specifics. Give us some Jack
You're
specifics.
old, motherfucker.
Yes, I know, man. I know. Magic users live for quite a long time, about 200 to 300 years.
And gravity still fucks your bones.
Yeah.
Dude, man, ain't no spell gonna fix that.
Yeah, I may be physically 25, but oh my god, my mentality.
Your knees too.
Well, not my knees. I got 25-year-old knees.
Nah, dude.
Yes, I just told you I was physically 25.
Yeah, your knee replacement is currently 25 years old. We're well aware of this.
Man, I wouldn't need a knee replacement for that.
Yeah.
Man, fighting that robot was like fighting a younger me.
You said that several times. But can you be specific?
It took a lot, but I managed to rip its head off.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are other ways to possibly describe that fight, because like I noticed that it was it had you backed into a corner. I feel like there's a more interesting way you can talk about it. You're just not doing it because you're scared that you're gonna look like a bit of a wuss.
Yeah.
All right, because what I
From what
saw.
from what I recall, you had to fight the robot version of yourself, Pops, before you even got close to Vulcan.
Yeah, and you want to know what's funny? The robot version of me was actually pretty fucking easy to take down because turns out the only reason the robot version of me even had ice powers was because the dude was literally throwing out liquid nitrogen. My ice can get colder than liquid nitrogen. I literally just freeze the gas around it.
Yeah.
And wasn't there... Oh, wait,
there was. I found like a prototype of one, but I'm guessing Vulcan and couldn't figure out an actual use for any powers like mine, so he just kind of left it.
He just
actually no. Yeah, so, actually no.
I remember
actually,
we found out a lot later,
Jeremy.
after the fight.
I'm like, hold on, Jeremy. What? Okay, I named him Jeremy, by the way. I was able to like get him online and program them. He's gonna be helping me out from now on.
No, that's nice.
I got a robot best friend now. Suck it.
I wonder if your wife will be okay with that. Do you think she'll mind Jeremy living with you guys?
Would you mind living with GI Robot?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having Jeremy in my pocket dimension, keeping things spick and span.
He's not your maid, dude.
I mean, I feel like I'd probably just get annoyed when after GI Robot mentioned killing Nazis for the 50th time and be like, all right, fine, let me drive you to the White House.
It's like, dude, there's only so much time. There are only so many times you can say that. I'm like, how is this getting old? That's the only thing I'd worry about, because like, it's like we agree on that. Can we go for Sundays, please? Just can we have like an us day?
Exactly. But yeah, but like, okay, I will straight up say that the robot version of you was like, it did look pretty powerful, but wasn't there also this big ass automaton dude used as a guardian that you ended up fighting?
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Yeah, that thing, like, Doctor...
I got cornered into one of the other rooms, and like I couldn't get any backup. My communications got jammed. So Shadow Weaver, not there. Spinstress, not there. Butterball, not there either.
None of us were there.
Yeah. Like,
oh man.
I'm surprised I was able to do that. That was. I've never been more scared in my life than that moment right there. That was probably the hardest fight I've ever done.
Yeah, but what about the one you had to fight, Dr. Rain? Like, exactly what specifically did you... Like, what specifically were you trying to, were you doing to the automaton that you were fighting? Like, I need specifics on these fights, because I feel like our stories are mostly just us vaguely saying what we do and not actually talking about it.
I
remember seeing him pull, like, some sort of runestone out of its chest.
Oh, yeah, that robot was being... that robot did pull out something that looked kind of creepy.
Yeah, Rain. Like, I'm guessing that's what gave it its powers. Like, you know what that is?
Yeah, it's what gods make. To give whatever. It's basically the heart of whatever the fuck a god makes.
So it's the heart of Lorcan, then.
I don't even know what that is, but...
You've never played Morrowind?
Yeah, I'll just go with it. I may have been into gaming since the 80s, but I've never played Morrowind. I just was never interested.
You fucking poser. Okay, the Heart of Lorcan, it's basically a giant stone that's the heart of like one of the main gods within the Elder Scrolls universe. I forgot exactly what Lorcan did, but I think he was a creator god. His heart fell into the ocean, and it was used to power this giant dwarven machine called the Numidium. And I mean, I can only imagine how terrifying that thing was. It's a giant brass tower that walks.
No.
It's crazy powerful too. And it's also capable of like being harnessed and giving powers to others. Like the main villain of Morrowind, Dagoth Ur, basically used that thing in order to make himself into like a all-powerful magic vampire thing. Yeah, it was nuts, man.
All-powerful magical vampire.
Yeah, It's like you can try to attack him, and he'll literally mock you for trying to attack a god. You can't kill him with conventional means. You have to take his powers, and then he like disintegrates or something.
My question is, why specifically a vampire? Why not
I
why
don't
not
know.
a Frankenstein?
Yeah.
No,
All right. Back to the actual conversation at hand.
Yeah,
You're talking
like you
about
could,
automatons, right?
Yeah,
like
the
that's why I'm
automaton you
comparing
were
it.
fighting.
That's why I'm comparing it to the Heart of Lurkin, because it kind of reminds me of the Numidium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? So you said it had a rune on it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you describe it to me?
You were the one who pulled it out.
Yeah.
What were you? What were you too
You made
dazed?
yeah. You made it sound like you did. Yeah. Yeah, I may be a little bit dazed. Yeah. Then again, it's been over 20 years since I finally murked a god.
Mm.
Yeah. Then again, there are some chill ones that I'm friends with, like Hecate. She's pretty chill. Yeah. Of course, Morpheus.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys know about Morpheus.
Yes, we know
He's
about
also pretty
Morpheus, but
chill.
Yes,
Can
I've
you-
seen The Matrix.
yes, now can you please stay on topic?
So, then again, hold on. Yeah, I actually took it with me as a trophy. Let me go get it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like flashing all kinds of weird colors.
All right, got it. Yep, it looks like to me Roman markings, like like the markings I'm mistaken that the shit on that arm for Greek, giving me
Yeah.
that Hephaestus boner. And it turns out it was Roman. I told Pops it was Roman, not Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was how we ended up finding the location of Vulcan, yeah, and going there to kick his ass.
Yeah.
But I thought you pulled that rune out when you were fighting the. Okay, I don't think I'm starting to think your old age is getting you because we were referring to the rune you yanked out of the automaton when you were fighting at Vulcan's base.
It's not a rune.
Okay.
It's a Roman letter that I do not know what it means.
Yeah, because it's not a Roman letter; it's a rune. This thing has no Roman stuff on it. This is way older than that. Like I even like stuff like this archaeology, like study of old rocks and shit. Like this isn't my forte, and I can tell that this thing is older than Roman shit.
And you thought I would have been found in an archaeological site. I'm so old.
Yeah, dude, you take your pills, man.
Seriously.
Yeah. After this.
After the. Okay, well, it's clear he doesn't really remember much about the fight itself because he's knocked out, but I can definitely go into detail about my fight with Vulcan while, you know.
Yeah.
So basically, when I first.
Wait,
Wait, what? What'd you say?
yeah. Hey, into the kitchen real quick. You guys want anything?
Nah.
You guys want any drinks? Yeah.
I'm good.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, alright.
You know what? Actually, get me one of those Sprite lemonades. I know you have a bunch of them in your fridge that you don't drink.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, basically, as I was saying, when I was like before I ended up getting to Vulcan, as you already know, I ended up having to fight a robot version of me, and I'm just gonna be real. I was pissed off fighting this thing because it literally just sprayed fucking, like it just sprayed liquid nitrogen. Just fucking ass liquid nitrogen, and I was genuinely frustrated because like wow, a literal demigod that has modern technology and the most he can do is liquid nitrogen for a guy that has ice powers. Like what the fuck? It's bullshit.
I'm back.
All right.
I'm back.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks.
here's
Thanks
your
for the-
here's your Sprite.
Yeah, thanks.
I heard everything from the kitchen, and it sounds like Vulcan was no Hephaestus. Yeah, and when I fought Hephaestus, even he was creative. Yeah, he actually did shit with his mechanical shit.
You know what? I just realized something that might actually give this guy a little bit of slack.
All right, what do you got?
I had already fought a robot version of me, because this guy had already sent out robotic versions of other superheroes, especially us. I'm starting to think that that was probably a prototype or something, because the original one that I fought before, I was rushed into this fucking place. That one actually could like freeze the air around it. Like that one was actually causing some destruction, and it was genuinely really good. So good, in fact, that it scared the shit out of my wife.
Shadows of mass destruction.
Yeah, which makes me realize that maybe maybe
That
maybe
would have been evidence it was a God's work after all.
no, it wouldn't have been evidence that it was a God's work after all. No, I'm saying that it probably explains why the one I fought was so weak compared to the one that I, didn't fight. I mean, well, the one that I did fight before, because it's kind of, well, it was kind of, it was weak because he probably just threw it together once he realized we were outside. Which sucks, but like it sucks because
Yeah.
I wanted a good fight. Which again, I have said this once, and I'll say this once again: if you're gonna have robots, have them do more than one thing and make them fucking interesting. But another thing that I want to make very clear is the fact that I also genuinely found my fight with him to be genuinely interesting. I actually did like the fight that I had with him proper because it was fun. It was interesting. It actually made me have a little bit of respect for the guy because, he genuinely was pretty fucking creative when I got up close and personal to him. Mainly because he was actually kicking my ass. That's the main reason, and I cannot stress this enough. So when I finally destroy the robot, I get right up to him, and he's literally like at a makeshift forge of some sort, and he literally just presses a button on the table that just releases these small robotic drones that throw out these magma cube things that explode into smaller magma cubes, which actually keeps my ice back so I can't just freeze the little fuckers. So I just dodge them as they charge at me and try to shoot shit. I create a small ice wall to potentially protect me, while I basically cover my fist in ice to create some little ice gauntlets. I end up punching through the wall to send a bunch of shards of ice into some of the robots. I punch a bunch of them out of the sky. I grab one of them, throw them at Vulcan, more specifically at the table Vulcan is on, and I basically blow that bitch up. He gets knocked back, and I basically jump in and try to do a double knee dive on him. Bad fucking idea, by the way. Not a good idea because the dude rolls away, and just imagine both my knees hitting the concrete at full fucking force. So that shit hurt like hell. But I had to.
Oh man, don't get me started on that. I had to heal you up. Yeah, I haven't been by your side so quick.
Yeah, like you quickly teleported and healed my knees, but they were still in a lot of fucking pain. Like I think you noticed how fucking bad that was. So you teleported away from the robot you were fighting. And then once you healed my knees, it grabbed you by the throat and just flew off with you. So I couldn't even help you with that because I was focused on like getting kicked directly in the chest by Vulcan off the platform we were on, falling to the rest of the fucking warehouse that we had found him in. So I end up basically trying to go hand-to-hand fist, and I start blowing ice into the air to create some type of mist to fuck up his vision. And the dude is just perfectly dodging anything I throw at him. It isn't until I come up with the clever idea of using my feet to freeze the ground to potentially trip him up that I may or may not have also kind of given him an opening to deck me right in the fucking jaw.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it wasn't just like a deck in the jaw. It sent me flying into the fucking wall, and my back slapped the wall. Like, have you ever just like thrown like some silly putty or a napkin to a wall and just saw it like splat? That was my entire fucking back. My back still hurts from that shit. Yeah, no sorcerer to heal me that time. I was fucked in that situation.
Yeah.
So basically,
I'll go ahead and be humble here. The reason why that Bob was kicking my ass,
it's because it was magic.
it's because I was stupid and forgot matter manipulation existed.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I did?
What?
The classic Dr. Rain move.
Oh, you
turned that fucker into sand.
Anyway, back to my story without any interruptions.
Oh my god.
I
just throwing him down, by the way.
I then ended up managing to sit myself up. Literally just barely managed to pick myself up off the fucking ground because, again, painful as shit. Really, really painful as shit.
Damn.
Ugh. And basically the guy had used, dude was using, these tectonic rocket shoes to move around, which, explains why he was so fucking fast. But of course, these things worked very similar to Shadow the Hedgehog's air shoes. So after I had frozen the ground, dude went sliding right into the fucking wall, and I just started laying into him. I started bashing him in the back of the head, just punching into him as much as I could with these ice gauntlets. And eventually, I started hearing a small little plapping sound, and I realized, oh, I'm punching him skin to skin. My fucking ice gauntlets are broken. He turns around, roundhouse kicks me to the other side of the goddamn warehouse. I try to get back up, and right before this motherfucker dives at me, that's when that's when Dr. Rain comes in and freezes him in a time bubble. So yeah.
I remember being so pissed off from my fight with me. Yeah. Oh my god, detective, you should have been there. You should have been there. I ripped the heart out of that motherfucker. Turned his body into sand. To nothing but the point of his still beating heart.
Yeah, you were
I
really
had to
pissed.
Not even his heart transformed.
I had to go into my spectral form for that one.
Yeah.
Is that wait, hold on. Is that what
you have to go full Raziel for that shit?
Which actually leads me to a question. Is that what that entire wall of sand and jars? Is that just gods you've killed?
Guessing most of them.
Well, not all of them were sand.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that one's mud. That one's clay. That one's some type of strange white sludge. That one looks like grape jello, and that one just straight up looks like Mountain Dew. Do you just have a jar of Mountain Dew up there?
I was gonna pretend I didn't.
Yeah, they're supposed to have names on them too.
I was gonna pretend I did not drink from that earlier.
You drank from the Mountain Dew jar?
I
thought it was Mountain Dew.
Don't worry, man. It wasn't Mountain Dew.
What the hell did I just put in my body?
I believe it was green apple flavored apple juice.
Oh, so that's not actually a god.
Oh, it was just gross ass apple juice. I thought I was. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go puke later.
Okay,
By the way, bathroom's down that way to your right.
Yeah, my quick question.
Go to the bathroom even further down the hall, so I won't be able to smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my quick question is, how the hell do you assume that a green jar next to a jar of white sludge, clay, and just a fuck ton of jars of sand, how do you assume that that's some type of juice?
Let me guess, it looks like juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like juice, but it clearly wasn't because there was a jar of clay next to it. It's not even in the fucking kitchen. The kitchen is on the other side of the house.
Well, not really. It's down the hall to the right.
Yeah.
That
But the
hallway's pretty. The hallway is pretty short.
oh my god. All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna hound you over this because you clearly need to go and oh, okay, he's running. He's running to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Later,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, he is.
Shit.
Yeah, I
No, no, all right, I'll tell him about my hardest fight later.
yeah.
I can still hear you guys.
Yeah,
I'm still-
because
I
my
mean,
hardest fight wasn't with Vulcan.
well, wait, where did the topic of hardest fights even come from? Well, I mean, I guess this was a pretty difficult fight, so I guess we can talk about it.
Yeah. Besides, besides Vulcan, which had to be your hardest fight yet, pops.
That
What was the second hardest fight?
All right, first off, Vulcan was not my hardest fight. I've had hard and difficult fights, but like that one isn't my hardest. Okay? I've gotten my ass kicked many times before, but that one
It was a god.
yeah, I know it was a god, but it's not like the guy was like completely destroying me. In fact, this
Dude,
fight
take a compliment. Take a compliment. I told you did good against the god.
That
I
still
didn't-
sounds backhanded. Just
yeah,
saying.
a little it does it yeah, it's kind of why I ignored it.
Especially when an older white guy is saying it to a younger black guy. Again, just saying.
Well, okay, it's
Oh
not
my
that
God.
bad.
As someone who had to adapt to many cultural changes throughout his life, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Nah,
Okay,
fuck
it was
you.
detective.
you.
Detective, it wasn't that bad. It's not like he was looking me dead in my eye and saying, "You're a testament to your people, son."
Oh my. No, not some Jay Garrick shit. No.
Yeah.
Oh god, I remember that. I remember that episode of fucking Justice League.
Yeah.
And even I was just like, wait, why the hell did he just say that to John? And John just like looks at him and he's like, what the fuck?
It's like, like, dude.
I just gotta be honest, like that fucking Justice League Unlimited is actually the reason why like I do prefer John Stewart over Hal Jordan, just to be straight up.
Yeah, I
He doesn't support any
personally,
comic shit.
I do want a Hal Jordan Green Lantern story before we get John Stewart in like the DCEU, but that's just me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, a quick listen and don't judge situation. I actually think we need more origin stories for some of these characters because their origins are just as interesting as their later stories.
We got like a bajillion origins for Supes and for Batman and all that stuff.
Yeah, give us origins for other characters. Our problem wasn't origin stories. The problem was that we were seeing the same ones over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, for fuck's sake, the main reason I was excited for the fucking Black Widow movie in the MCU was because I wanted to see Black Widow's origin, and she also should have gotten a fucking movie way sooner.
Yeah. Honestly, what the hell is taking so long? That should have been like a phase 1 thing.
I'm dead serious. Like, we can complain about the fucking at least Arachnid No Way Home was good.
Yeah.
Anyway, story, like, getting back to, like, I guess the hardest fight that I ever had, and this is literally the reason why I fucking hate fighting robots, is because this robot, like, it made me realize just how fun robot fights could be. So, quick question, have you guys ever seen the movie The Incredibles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know about the Omnidroid, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. When I first saw The Incredibles when I was a little kid and I saw the fight with the Omnidroid, it inspired me to want to fight robots specifically because that thing is so simple, yet it was so fucking versatile. Which is why I was disappointed when I first started fighting villains that used robots.
Unfortunately, you weren't fighting balls with legs.
Yeah. Cut to 6 fucking years later, I'm like, I think I am in my maybe late teens. I'd say I'm 18 years old. I've been doing the superhero shit for a while now. I've been kicking ass and taking names.
You've been a superhero ever since you were 12.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Technically, I was a sidekick because most of my superhero stuff wasn't actually fighting. I officially became a superhero when I was, I officially became one when I was like 15. I count those last 2 months of me being 15. So yeah, I officially
I was
became
kind of
a-
hoping because, like, if anybody let you off the reins at 12, Jesus Christ, I need to call Child Protective Services.
No, I was mostly just hanging out with my grandpa and doing like little stakeouts with him. I wasn't actually fighting anyone. At most, I would do is I'd like freeze the ground people were running on, and it would knock like they'd end up knocking themselves the fuck out by running in the lamppost. It was funny.
Well, you didn't have time to throw marbles at them?
I was not making marbles. I could like literally freeze my entire house in ice. Like I actually prefer cold weather because or like keeping my room semi cold because then I can just bundle up and shit. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm stretching.
Yeah. So what ended up happening, so yeah, like if you were to walk into my house when I was younger, my room would be the coldest room in the entire goddamn house, and you would just see me bundled up in blankets or wearing like 2 layers, specifically because it was like a perfect temperature thing for me. At least that's how I dealt with it. It would piss my mom and my grandmother off because they're like, boy, we got the heat blasted and you got it cold in your room. You gonna run up the goddamn bill. Not how that works, by the way. But, yeah, they were definitely, they're definitely pretty pissed. But when I actually, like, the hardest fight I ever went to was when I think I was around 18 years old. And I ended up I ended up having to hunt down this roboticist whose whole thing was more or less trying to create the perfect mech. I think I've talked about him before, actually. I don't know if it's on the podcast or just with you guys, but his whole thing was that he was trying to create the perfect mech suit. And he was doing this illegally. Like, all the robot parts he had, like, he illegally obtained, so I had to find him, basically get these parts away from him, because legally he's not supposed to have them. He stole them from a junkyard, and as a kid, when I was younger, I was kind of under the impression, like, I mean, it's trash. Nobody wants it. Like, who cares if someone takes shit from a junkyard? But I actually know the law now, so I get why I had to go in, but it's just like, dude, it's a fucking junkyard. No one gives a shit. And so what ended up happening, like, the way this fight actually started was it started with him literally barreling out of his fucking garage in like a fully custom made car. Like, this dude basically built himself a goddamn Batmobile, although it was very colorful and not. No, it actually looks. It basically looked like a red, blue, and orange version of the new Ghost Rider's car, or Spirit Rider, or whatever the guy's fucking name is now. Yeah, like that big ass car he's got, like that shit. It basically looked like that. And so I basically had to hoof it on foot, like using my ice powers to chase after this motherfucker, like literally skating on the ground itself. And the dude literally pulls out, like, literally the side doors of this thing. It's basically like a fucking DeLorean now I think about it. Side doors open up, start firing fucking, like, rockets and grenades and shit at me. Obviously, I have to freeze it so it doesn't do any, freeze all of it so it doesn't do any goddamn, like, like any problems or cause any damage to any of the fucking, parking, to any of the buildings around me. But then the dude literally gets on the fucking freeway. Thank goodness it wasn't some rush hour traffic. It was like the middle of the night, so no one was on the roads at the time, except for like a few cars here and there. But I eventually, like, I'm chasing this dude down the road. And out of nowhere, the trunk opens up, a mechanical arm comes out of it, and he starts chucking cars that are on the road at me. So my ass has to create like these little ice paths all around me so that when the cars land, the people inside of it don't fucking die. This guy is like literally using his fucking noggin right now. He created an intelligent fucking robotic car, and eventually I chuck some ice spikes at the wheels, which I probably should have done in the beginning, but hindsight is 2020. Basically pops out his wheels, and I shit you not, the car skids to a halt, flips over, and then transforms into a robot.
God damn.
This bitch made a transformer.
That's what Vulcan should have done. He should have made a robot.
I would have
Shit.
loved to
Fucking
fight Optimus Prime.
Transformer.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
this
that
thing,
Kirk.
and this, I swear, this
Are
thing
you
was,
Transformer?
Transformer.
this thing was so fun to fight, y'all. I swear, this thing was so fucking fun to fight. It was so cool. I loved fighting it. It could dodge my moves. It was like a new kung fu and everything. And granted, he was controlling it, so like it wasn't an AI system or anything. But the dude was just, oh man, like the dude was just like going absolute apeshit on me. I got thrown into cars. I basically had to make a fucking ice arena for us to fight in. And I swear, like this man, like this dude was like, he wasn't just chucking cars, but he was like firing like small like firework missiles at me that I had to dodge. And God, it was so fun. Like this is the type of shit that I'm talking about when I hear, oh, a supervillain's building a robot. Sign me the fuck up, because that's the shit I want to fight. And I swear it wasn't even just like, oh man, it wasn't even just the fact that it wasn't even just the fact that he was like firing all these different weapons and the fact that he transformed. It's that he knew what he was doing. Dude was straight up pulling off kung fu moves and shit. Like seriously, like his robot knew martial arts, was dodging my shit. And eventually, like when I finally got when I finally got one over on him, basically the way I did was that I had to get up close and freeze the joints and then get the fuck out of dodge before he realized what I was doing. But like, God, it was so fucking cool. And when the joints of the robot finally locked in and I slammed down my big ass ice fist. Actually, it wasn't an ice fist, it was an ice mallet that I had made, and slammed it into the side of that robot, knocking it down. Like, I had the best fucking adrenaline rush of my goddamn career. To this day, I still haven't hit an adrenaline rush anywhere near that high. Oh, it was so fun.
Oh man. Oh yeah, you told us about this when I took you guys to Clicky Feet.
Oh yeah, you did. Man, that was awesome.
Yeah. Wish I could have been there.
And it was way before I met you, buddy. I'm still geeking out about it. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Before you
Thanks,
even
Syndrome.
Pops. Before you even met me, did your grandpa ever tell you about me?
Yeah, he said that he fucked around with an old wizard. He mentioned you. That's about as much as he really said about you overall. He said, "Oh yeah, I used to fuck around with this old wizard. If you're lucky, you might meet him one day. But trust me, he will annoy the fuck out of you." And he was right about that.
Oh man, cause you firsthand saw how brutal I can be.
Yeah.
I mean, that must not have surprised you because that would have reminded you of Michael, definitely.
It did remind me of my grandpa. It's actually one of the reasons I still hang out with you, because you do remind me of my granddad.
Yeah. Yeah, wish he was around still.
Yeah, same. Anyway, what about you guys? What were your hardest, like, most difficult fights?
Yeah, Detective, I'll let you go first. Detective?
You guys were talking for a while. I just kind of thought like that was my cue to just not.
Oh. Sorry, man.
What, you thought we forgot about you again? Come on, man. Yeah, hardest fight you ever done. Let's go.
I think I already said that. It was the giant robot. Surprised I survived that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Didn't forget about you, but we forgot about that.
Okay, what's like second hardest fight? Like when you had to like
yeah. Talk about that.
It was the first time I fought a Yakuza boss.
Ooh.
Like this dude who was fucking 50 years old, and it was like a 6-foot slab of meat. Damn, it was like for a guy his age, he was. I wish I could stay in that shape. Hopefully I can.
He was thick, wasn't he?
No, it's not that he wasn't thick with thigh. He was thick with muscle.
Mm.
Yeah,
The good
Just-
kind.
yeah. He was a big guy, really big guy.
Big guy.
Yeah, like I punched him, and
Wasn't
like
there a
I
hair
think
guy?
I nearly broke my hand. No, he wasn't hairy. He was covered in tattoos though.
No, hair guy. Wasn't there a hair guy?
No, just like no, it was not
There
big
was-
guy versus hair guy.
Yeah, there was a big guy. There had to be a hair guy too.
Nah,
Nah.
he did have pretty nice looking hair though.
So he at least had a decent hairdresser, but like, how did you exactly how did the fight go down?
It was a lot of punching and a lot of me being thrown.
Hmm.
I was like 20 at the time.
Oh damn.
Yeah. It's like the only reason why I was able to win was because like I got lucky and managed to like make him fall like down several floors inside of a building.
Oh.
Somehow he didn't die.
Yeah, Yeah, I probably would have died from that.
Yeah, just Yakuza are built different, man.
Hmm.
Jesus.
Oh my god, man.
What about you, Dr. Rain?
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, I still get chest pains from that fight. Yeah, that fight was crazy. And so, so I fought a god that had a time loop, a time loop kind of deal. He was basically Dormammu.
From Doctor Strange?
He was pretty much Dormammu, but you can call him what you wish. But just say no, his name was not Dormammu. He had us stuck in a time loop where we were just killing each other for hours and hours and hours and hours. Fighting him was basically like an endurance fight. I died over dozens of times, just trying to kill that god. But then every time one of us died, the time loop would restart, and we were just going at it over and over and over and over and over and over.
Oh.
I died so many times. And y'all thought I haven't died before. That I was invincible. Nope, I can die.
We never thought you were invincible, but
Yeah, I died so many times. Way too many. I hate you.
how'd you get out of that?
Oh man. And well, we had to basically stop fighting and be like, hey, you undo this time loop? I won't kill you.
That was it?
Yeah, and it was like that for 5 minutes. I had to argue with a god. Hey, you kill me, the time loop will just restart again. Yeah, dumbass, the time loop you made. Oh man, this was, oh my god, so many years ago, about 30 years ago.
And you still get the phantom chest pains, don't you?
Yeah, I still get phantom chest pains from being from spikes coming out and impaling me. Oh my god.
Well, what was that dude's actual name? I mean, you said it wasn't Dormammu.
He was yeah, I forget which occult mythos he was from. But man, I cannot remember.
Yeah. Dude really does sound like a fucking powerhouse, though.
Yeah, he was. Worst part is, I couldn't kill him. Yeah, I had to Obi-Wan my way out of it.
Had to talk no jutsu your way out of it, huh?
Yeah, talk no jutsu, the negotiator.
All right, well, detective, are you sure you haven't had any other like really tough fights? I feel like as someone who has to bust a lot of criminals, I'm sure you've at least been in some big gunfights, right? Detective, he fell asleep again.
What?
Did you fall asleep again?
I wasn't asleep. I'm watching something. Just
What do you give me that phone? What do you watch?
no,
give me that.
no, give me back my damn phone.
No, wait. If you're watching if you're trying to
this.
binge watch House without me, we're gonna have some serious words, young man.
I'm watching a review of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Put that phone down before I snap my fingers and it's now in my hand.
Yeah, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
I'm about to snap my fingers. I will count to 3.
Okay,
I'm
don't.
going to.
1,
I'm gonna shit in your jar, man.
2,
Which jar? He's
Here.
got like 50 of them.
3.
I gave it to you, fucknut.
Oh well, now it's gone.
Cool.
Well-
Well, it's in my hand.
Oh,
All right. So,
like,
so,
do you-
detective, are you willing to train with magical weaponry?
I don't think I'd be able to get much use out of it.
yeah, I mean, he is a detective. He doesn't, fight people the same way we do.
So, well, would you be
I
able
got
to
357.
get
It's pretty magic.
would you be able to get use out of magic boots that silenced your steps?
I know how to walk quietly.
Yeah, well, the magic boots means you can
No,
literally
you
run
don't.
up to someone and they won't fucking hear you.
I know how to.
Yeah,
run
man.
fast.
Yeah, man. It'll be useful for you.
Okay.
It'll be
Give me the
useful
boots.
for you.
Why do I need to train to use magic boots? I just gotta wear them.
No, you need to train to use magic weaponry
But
so you can
but
kill
boots are-
gods.
But boots aren't. The only thing I need in order to kill gods is a 45. I'm good.
I mean, you did shoot a god with a 40. Well, wait,
With a
what gun did you?
357.
Oh, yeah, it was 357. Well, either way, I don't think a bullet is gonna work on every single god, and considering,
Yeah, man. Man. Every god is unique.
plus considering how powerful a lot of these gods are, and the fact that we've killed and the fact that we're kind of responsible for one of them dying, we might have more mystical shit coming our way in the near future. So maybe it would be a good idea to learn how to use some magical equipment. I mean, I'd love to learn how to control more elements besides just ice.
Well, best I can do for you is give you an enhancement necklace, and then train you to be like your grandpa. You don't have to be as brutal as him. You don't need to have your grandpa's mindset, because oh my god, I fucked up his mind. Yeah, that was an accident.
Yeah, you really did fuck up my grandfather. Dude,
It's,
literally,
yeah.
like half the time my family didn't know if he had dementia or Alzheimer's or both because of you. No wonder he didn't talk about you that much.
Yeah.
Well, detective.
All right. Where's your grandpa's ghost? I'm gonna go talk to it.
Yeah, boy. All right. Well, he does that. Detective, any last words you have? Any final thoughts, prayers?
I'm back for a second. Yeah, whether you two like it or not, I will train you guys. You will be God Killer ready.
He is just hell bent on making us god killers, ain't he?
Yeah.
I need to, so you guys can actually do shit and protect yourselves.
Look, we
can do that.
You're an
treat us-
alcoholic radar. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, I have a gun and I've gotten plenty of people down with that. Just saying.
Yeah.
Dude, now I'm starting to understand how the fuck MJ felt in
God.
the Spider-Man games. God damn.
seriously,
God.
You're fucking talking
Not
about it. It's like,
a god.
dude. Do we really need to?
I will. Yeah. You will be. You will master magical weaponry.
Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah,
Ray.
don't worry, man. You'll have some cool shit to use.
Ray, I'm not gonna become your version of Wong.
You don't need to.
Yeah, Guess what, motherfucker?
Every god killer's got a personality.
Motherfucker.
You can still.
No, you're not listening.
I'm not gonna fuck up your
listen.
mind, man.
All you do is fucking talk over us. Shut up for 5 minutes.
Seriously, like, we get it. You're old, you're powerful, you have all this fucking wisdom, but we don't need to be as strong as you. There are other magical heroes on the fucking planet that can do the same shit you do. I was literally talking.
I'm a teacher.
Like, I was literally talking to the Enchantress Veneria the other day, and she explained how she literally had to face off against a powerful alien creature that was on the same level of power as our literal version of the Greek god Zeus. And she handled that motherfucker easily. You don't need us to be like that. Just ask Valeria.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I teach other oh, yeah, that's right. Forget I ever said anything.
Jesus
I forgot I was a teacher who teaches other magical users.
Dude, you're fucking senile.
You know what? That's it. We're gonna have to. All right.
You're banned. Get out.
This is his pocket dimension.
We'll leave. Yeah, you're banned from the podcast.
Don't ban it. You're not. Detective. Look, I'll talk to him. You're not banned. I'll talk to him. It's just you gotta stop talking over us, man. All right, we are all here trying to talk about stuff and get together, and you're just trying to convince us that we need to have these things in our life that a lot of us just don't want.
I just want to keep you safe.
Look, dude.
And you don't do that by talking to us like we're fucking children.
Ugh. Exactly.
You entitled fuck.
Yeah, you really pissed him off. You're gonna have to apologize, but we'll have to do that next time, because that is all the time we have for today in the Celestial Citadel Superheroes podcast. Thank you all so much for listening, and Detective, do you want to say one more thing before you storm out?
Penis.
Of course. Thank you all so much for listening, and remember, everything we say, everything we do, and everything we speak, we do it for love. Bye, guys.